Hello everyone, Nate Blackburn here to talk to you today with a behind the raw run for that recent mic'd up that I did for Slate. First off, raw runs are dangerous. Do them with safety. Make sure that you trust the person who's following behind you in the car. Wear your helmet and be safe. Just ultimately be safe. Dad lecture over. The raw run that we did was on a road we call Crack Rock. Crack Rock is out in the middle of the wilderness. It's in a private community behind a gate. I'd been there about 3 years ago to kind of sneak in and check it out. And while I was back in that neighborhood, one of the neighbors ended up driving up on me and was just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I was trying to skate this." He was like, "No way, that's awesome. You should have my phone number. Give me a call when you want to come skate it sometime. I'd love for you guys to come and do this." And we're just like, wow, coolest neighbor ever. So I'd been there a couple times since, and it's a really cool road. It's got about 5 driftable corners on it, and it's pretty fast. You can get up to about 45 miles an hour, and it's a really cool place to go skate. Very low traffic, but we still took a lot of precautions on that day. We showed up at around 9 in the morning. We showed up to a patchy hill, meaning there were wet spots and dry spots, which makes it a little bit more difficult to skate consistently and a little bit more mentally trying as well, because you're like, what's going to happen going into these corners?
God, I fucking made it! I fucking made it! Okay!
We also found out there was a ton of gravel on the road. It's the first time the road's been skated in about 6 months, so there's gravel everywhere. We sweep the entire road. I talk with Rain daily, my follow car driver. We walk down the entire road, talk about where I'm going to drift in each corner, my plan for it, so that him and I are on the same page going down this hill, so that everything is safe as possible. I even brought a friend, Zareen, to sit at the bottom of the hill and block cars, so no cars can actually be coming up the road. Safety first, safety last, safety in the middle as well, because I like to skate safely. So we align all the safety measures. We've got spotter at the bottom blocking the hill. Rain and I have walked down the entire hill. We've talked about what we're going to do, and then it's time to do this first run. And first corner I go into, it's covered in moss and it's wet, so I drift straight off the road, get my shoes dirty, get my grip tape dirty, realize that's a bad start to this. So what I end up doing is walking down about 30 feet, drying off my shoes, getting them cleaner, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I've got this now. First fall's out of the way. It's all smooth sailing from here. I'm going to nail the rest of this run. So I go into the second corner, slide a little too late, and drift straight off the road, which is kind of a bummer because now I'm 2 corners in. I've fallen twice. I now have road rash on my butt from this fall, and I'm kind of like, wow, I suck. And I brought all these people out here to make it happen. I realized at that point, like, I kind of had to stick it out. I've got all these things in line. I was kind of defeated, mentally, but I knew that I had to make it work. I wasn't going to come out the next day and make this happen. So it was really like, okay, time to buckle down and get it. I go into the third corner, do a big drift, bigger than necessary, and end up making it through that corner. And then I go into the fourth corner, which is pretty much an exact repeat of corner 2. I drift straight off the road and add more road rash to my butt, which was, once again, just like take that confidence level and knock it down in half. So that happens. Go through the big left sweeper, end up going into the final right-hand drift, overdrift, drift too late, look back into the camera, and you can just see it in my eyes like, wow, I am worthless. So run 2 comes along. I nailed the first wet mossy corner, which was really, it started to boost my confidence, and then I ended up keeping quite a bit of speed into the second corner, which I'd fallen in the run previous. I made it through, and now I'm just super jacked up, like I can make this happen. And with that extra speed from the second corner that I'd made, I carry that into the third corner, and I try to slide in the same spot and end up drifting straight off the road. But when I start the slide, I'm like, I'm going to make this, no problem. You can hear me call it right now.
I'm staying on the road!
So I fall off the road, I hop back onto my deck, and I'm super confident at this point. Like, I can actually probably put this entire run together. I've got all the skills. I can make all the corners now. I'm feeling really confident.
People are really good at skating and they like to tuck. I'm pretty washed up.
So confident, in fact, that I forgot to check my shoes and see how dirty they were, and I figured out how dirty they were when I came into the fourth corner and my back foot almost slipped all the way across my deck and I almost high-sided, which was pretty nerve-wracking. I then realized I had dirty shoes coming through one of the fastest sweepers on the hill, which is about the 45-mile-an-hour point, and it's a big left-hand sweeper with a couple of apexes to it, and I barely stay on the road. So it was pretty exciting, second run, and I was like, wow, I get to the bottom, I'm super high on that confidence level.
I'm not even a has-been, I'm pretty much a never was. Little skirp.
And I realized, I can put this together, and, I went up for the third run, and the rest, as they say, is history.
I fucking made it!
And that was the mic'd up run that we ended up using. So, you know, it's not a one-man show. I was really fortunate that I had good friends like Rain Daly doing the follow car driving, Zareen spotting the hill, and a bunch of encouragement from my sponsors of Omen Longboards, Freewheel Co., and Bolzen Trucks. Just got to thank them all the time because they make this all happen. And keeping it strong for RVOD because he's a big source of inspiration for me still. This is Nate Blackburn signing off, hoping that you like the raw run, and reminding you always skate safe and wear your helmet. Love you, mean it.